Hey, Rob from Order 42 here, and today we're going to be talking about Invincible Season 1, available over on Amazon Prime. It's an animated series, and wow, it's crazy. So, yeah, let's dig into it. Based on the Skybound Image comic written by Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame, Invincible is an adult animated series available exclusively on Amazon Prime about a teenager whose father is the most powerful superhero on the planet. The series stars Stephen Yun, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Walton Goggins, Gillian Jacobs, and many, many others. Just to let you know, I will be keeping this review spoiler free. I don't want to go into details because, in a lot of ways, I kind of want people to approach this series the way that I did, where I didn't really know a whole lot what was going on. But as things unfold, you start to learn more. I think that's the best way to approach this. So I'm gonna keep spoilers out of it. The best place to start is to say, yeah, this is definitely an adult series. So please do not let your kids watch this show unless, you just don't care. But I mean, it's very violent. There's some cursing, there's some, I would say, light sexual situations, some innuendos being thrown around. And did I mention violence? Because wow, it's super violent. So when I first saw the trailer for Invincible, I was like, okay, another superhero story. Great. But just hearing the name Robert Kirkman, that he wrote this comic series, I mean, it kind of intrigued me because I really enjoyed what I'd read up to the point that I did in the Walking Dead comic, and then of course the AMC series it's had its ups and downs. I mean, let's be honest, but you know what? I mean, a lot of people that were big Walking Dead fans at the beginning have really come around and said that they've really made some huge strides in the last couple of seasons. So yeah, I mean, I was willing to definitely give it a shot. The voice acting across the board is excellent. I mean, you would hope that they would cast some of the bigger voice actors maybe to be in these parts, but no, they went to some pretty established stars, some established names. Stephen Yun as Mark, the main character. I mean, look, he's awesome. He was awesome in The Walking Dead. He's awesome here. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that. I just there's that part of me that's kind of like, I kind of wish they would go into the voice acting community and find some stars there instead of immediately going to the recognizable names from TV. But hey, and then you've got J.K. Simmons as Nolan. I mean, wow, he really is fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic in this role. Sandra Oh as Debbie, Mark's mom, Nolan's wife, right? She's great in it. And I would say those three are really kind of the stars of the show. Of course, you got Walton Goggins, I said Gillian Jacobs, you got Zachary Quinto in there, Kevin Michael Richardson. I mean, it's star studded, right? And as far as I'm concerned, if there were any problems about this show, the voice acting would not be one of them. I'm not a huge fan of the animation style, right? I mean, it's like when I first saw the trailer, I was kind of like, oh man, this kind of looks like almost like the lower budget, almost Saturday morning cartoon kind of style. There's just not a whole lot of frames of animation in there. It's not distracting. It's just there's a ceiling to how good it's going to look. That being said, I still think that they reached some amazing pinnacles here, right? That some of the animation is jaw dropping. It really is impressive. I just wish that the normal animation style was a little better. That's just look, it's a personal preference, and some might disagree with me, but I mean that's kind of how I feel about it. When I first started watching it, right, the first episode, it's ending, and the credits are starting to roll, and I'm kind of like, it's okay. And as the credits are rolling, because I knew that there were three episodes back to back to back, I was waiting for the Amazon thing to just because when you're watching it on Amazon Prime or whatever, it has that little up next, and it'll automatically play the next episode. I was waiting for that to happen, and as I'm waiting for that to happen, and for the I guess the pre-credit roll on the next episode, I was looking on IMDb to see who was who. I was like, okay, wait a minute, I kind of recognize that voice, and I'm looking, and suddenly a scene starts playing, and I think, oh, it's the beginning of the next episode. No, it's a post-credit scene after in the first episode, right? So I'm like, okay, what is this? And I will say That changed everything for me. That solidified this as okay, this went from it's okay to okay, I got to figure out what the heck's going on here. Cuz wow. I mean, wow. When you say superhero fatigue, when you say that term, I totally understand it. I totally get it. With all the Marvel products coming out, all the DC stuff coming out, I get it. There's a lot of superhero stuff going on. But I will say that if you have Amazon Prime, just give that first episode a shot. Let the credits play, then let that last scene play. If you're not immediately hooked, I totally understand. I totally get it. But I kind of think that if you're a fan of superhero stuff at all, you're going to want to see what happens next. There were 8 episodes in this season, and although I felt a little bit of I don't know, kind of like, well, that felt like kind of a burner episode, not a whole lot happened there. I still enjoyed each and every episode. I mean, every Friday as these were being released, I was actually looking forward to watching it. Actually looking forward to sitting down and watching it. As somebody like I think a lot of people nowadays, it's almost like, okay, I've hit my ceiling on how much superhero stuff I want to watch, right? I think a lot of people feel that. And I felt like I'd hit that ceiling. But then I started watching this and I'm like, look, it's a great it's telling an interesting story, and it's coming from a different it's coming at the whole superhero idea from a different angle in a lot of ways. I really, really like that. I really like how they approach some of the almost the real world implications of what it would be like if superheroes were here on this planet. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out what I would give it as a rating. For season 1 of Invincible, 8 episodes, what would I give this rating? I kind of think that it would be in the somewhere at the 3.25 to 3.5 out of 4 stars. I mean, I think that's pretty valid, right? I mean, I think more than often than not, I feel like it's more at the 3.25. But I got to say, there's some big things that happen that really kind of, I feel like it almost bumps it up to 3.5. But I'm going to keep it at 3.25 stars. So, Invincible, season 1, did you watch it? Maybe you're interested in watching it now. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were the things you liked and what were the things you didn't like? Let me know down below and we will discuss it because, that's fun to do. So, anyway, thank you all again so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.